Fright by Doris Lessing. Above the old man's head was the dovecote, a tall violet shelf on steel, full of strutting preening birds. The sunlight broke on their great breasts into small rainbows. His ears were lowered by their cronies, his hands stretched up towards his favorite, a homing pigeon, a young brown-bodied bird, which stood still when it saw him and cocked a shrewd, bright eye. "Pretty, pretty, pretty," he said, as he grasped the bird and drew it down, feeling the cold coral claws tighten around his fingers. Content, he rested the bird lightly on his chest and leaned against a tree, gazing out beyond the dovecote into the landscape of a late afternoon. In fall and hollows of sunlight and shade, the dark red soil, which was broken into great dusty clouds, stretched wide to a tall horizon. Trees marked the course of the valley, a stream of rich green grass the road. Eyes traveled homewards along this road until he saw his granddaughter swinging on the gate underneath a frangipani tree. Hair fell down her back in a wave of sunlight, and her long bare legs repeated the angles of the frangipani stems, bare, shiny brown stems among patterns of pale blossoms. She was gazing past the pink flowers, past the railway cottage where they lived, along the road to the village. His mood shifted. He deliberately held out his wrist for the bird to take flight, and caught it again at the moment it spread its wings. He felt the brown shape strive and strain under his fingers, and in sudden access of troubled spine, shot the bird into a small box and fastened the bow. "Now you stay there," he muttered, and turned his back on the shelf of birds. He moved warily along the edge, stalking his granddaughter, who was now looped over the gate, her head loose on her arms, singing. The light, happy sound mingled with the crooning of the birds, and his anger mounted. "Hey!" he shouted, saw her jump, looked back, and abandon the gate. Her eyes veiled themselves, and she said in a pert, neutral voice, "Hello, Granda." Politely she moved towards him. After a lingering backward glance at the road, "Waiting for Stephen, hey?" he said, his finger curling like claw into his palm. "Any objection?" she asked, lightly, refusing to look at him. He confronted her, his eyes narrow, shoulder hunched, tied in a hard knot of pain which included the preening birds, the sunlight, the flowers. He said, "Think you're old enough to go courting, hey?" The girl tossed her head at the old-fashioned phrase and sobbed, "Ah, Granda! Think you want to leave home, hey? Think you can go running around the field at night?" Her smile made him see her, as he had every evening of this warm end of summer month, swinging hand in hand along the road to the village with that red-handed, red-throated, violet-bodied youth, the son of the postmaster. Misery went to his head, and he shouted angrily, "I'll tell your mother." "Tell away," she said, laughing, and went back to the gate. He heard her singing for him to hear. "I've got you under my skin, I've got you deep in the heart of—" "Rubbish," he shouted. "Rubbish, impudent little bit of rubbish. Growling under his breath, he turned towards the dovecot, which was his refuge from the house he shared with his daughter and her husband and their children. But now the house would be empty. Gone are the young girls with their laughter, and their squabbling and their teasing. He would be left, uncheered and alone, with that square-fronted, calm-eyed woman, his daughter. He stopped muttering before the dovecot, resenting the absurd cooing birds. From the gate the girl shouted, "Go and tell! Go on! What are you waiting for?" Obstinately he made his way to the house, with quick, pathetic, persistent glance of appeal back at her. But she never looked around. Her defiant but anxious young body stung him into love and repentance. He stopped. "But I never meant," he muttered, waiting for her to turn and run to him. "I didn't mean." She did not turn. She had forgotten him. Along the road came the young man Stephen, with something in his hand, a present for her. The old man stiffened as he watched the gate swing back, and the couple embraced. In the brittle shadow of the frangipani tree, his granddaughter, his darling, lay in the arms of the postmaster's son, and her head fell back over his shoulder. "I see you," shouted the old man spitefully. They did not move. He stomped into the little whitewashed house, hearing the wooden veranda creak angrily under his feet. His daughter was sewing in the front room, threading a needle held to the light. He stopped again, looking back into the garden. The couple were now sauntering among the bushes, laughing. As he watched, he saw the girl escape from the youth with a sudden, mischievous movement, and ran off through the flower with him in pursuit. He heard shouts, laughter, a scream, silence. "But it's not like that at all," he muttered miserably. "It's not like that. Why can't you see? Running